Alright, time to face the music. I'm so scared. I mean, like, I'm scared that Oscar might have found out a bit more about the choice I made to let Rosalina run me further into the mines, and I'm scared that he won't be particularly happy about that, but we'll see how that goes. You and Stella make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd is already formed in a corner of the main foyer. Hopefully everyone else will get here soon. Hey, came over as soon as I got your message. Had no idea this was going on today. Thanks so much for the heads up. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Oh, hey Avery, here to see the mayor? Kind of. I mostly stopped by to see all of y'all. The diner's been buzzing about what happened last night. It's just awful. Poor Rosalina. I hope she's doing okay, but it sounds like... Avery glances around before leaning in, lowering their voice. This is just between us, but it sounds like the miners might strike over this. It's getting really serious. Oh, whoa. Power to them. It's about time. So, can you strike without a union? I don't think you can legally call it a strike. I think you have to say it's collective action or something. Still, I hope Tabitha is shaking in her boots right now. Are things at the mines really that bad? Poor Tabby's really going through it this week. You do not have to stand a coal mining, union busting Tabitha. I mean, many of us do. Like, many of us do. But Stella, you don't have to. Stella? Forget I said everything. Yeah, forget I said anything. Looks like it's our turn with the mayor. There's the mayor. Yep. He's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. He holds out a paw as if to shake your hand. Hey, aren't you Deputy Franklin? Not when I'm off duty. I'm security goon. I'm not gonna... There's no point. I'm not making a scene. We're doomed. I love that. You know what? We need a bit of levity at the moment. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches are allowed. Isn't he just the cutest? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, beside the nature. And all my friends and Winnie's biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small town community, of course. Are you sure you want to move? But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. It's pretty cute too. It's almost like he really thinks he's the mayor, the way he sits all regal like that. Avery turns to you conspiratorially. Though to be honest, I voted for Daisy in the last election. Don't tell him that. Dogs have incredible hearing. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Oh, I think Gretchen might have voted for Daisy as well. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You gotta pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika and Avery are quick to follow. Alright, bye-bye. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike him. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. Take it your jam. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. I don't know if I want to be like this. I don't want to... I mean... I can't really remember the details I know about Perlan. I just don't think she was very nice. Oh, let's look at our decisions from Tuesday. Woke up in Stella's guest room. We let Tabitha kick Stella out of her living room to talk to me. Brushed off Avery when they asked about last night, but then we had tea with them, and took the opportunity to set the record straight. Walked with Stella to the mines, spoke to 2 groups of miners, visited Tabitha's office while investigating the mining camp, warned Tabitha about the teens sneaking into the Shaw mine, went after Becca and Alexis at the cost of Rosalina's safety. Okay. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who've been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them even in death. Is this about Perlan? Or perhaps your mother? You've been visited by her? Never mind. Okie dokie then. I mean, I know Mystical is like chiming in like, this guy seems suspicious. I don't know, like I guess he seems kind of shifty, but I don't know why. I should go. It was nice meeting you though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counselling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. I'm not really religious. There's no need to have a religious background. Counselling is much more about giving people an opportunity to be heard. I'm not going to try and convert you or anything, I just want to help support the fine folks in this community and their families in any way I can. You know what? If you promise you won't try and convert me, I will consider the offer. And that includes you. No pressure, of course, but if you ever feel like you're struggling and could use a good listener, you know where to find me. It's lovely to meet you, and you have a blessed day, Jam. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Alright. I heard from Jam what happened. Oscar, I'm so sorry. Poor Rosalina. I can't even imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's going to feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad, but she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this, we just have to get through the tough parts first. I don't even have it in me to speak about this. Alright, man, just take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. Oscar. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I'd better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there'd been some big bus accident on the highway and they need the bed, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted, and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place, and Mayor Jimmy Day is happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. If you'd like, we could cleanse your house while you go pick her up. Seems like a good idea to do it while the sun's still up anyway, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any cleansing attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was gone. Managed to trick me a couple times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. I could, say we have the power of friendship on our side. Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd, I'll say that. We have the power of friendship on our side. Heck yeah, we do. If anime has taught me anything, it's that the power of friendship is unstoppable. That's a lovely sentiment. I'm sure Rosalina will at least be glad to know you all did your best to help her. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see y'all then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not going to try and get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Gee, should we tell him? It's always better to know about stuff like this. Withholding information and trying to keep people in the dark on purpose doesn't really help anyone. It's my opinion, at least. I'll keep this in mind, Avery. I will keep this in mind, because... I don't know. It's tough to know sometimes, but maybe I just have to assume it's as simple as this unless told otherwise, you know? Anyway, I'll have fun at Dr. Kelly's place. Catch you tonight in the haunted house. See you, Avery. Anyway, shall we? Time to go. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counselling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving his little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. I'm not going to say they keep trying to make me go to church, because, like, it's not... that makes it sound like a, you know, a religion thing, where it does sound... Look, you know what? Maybe I'm naive, and this is how they get you, but it does sound like they've made it clear that, you know, it's not a religion thing, and they're not going to try and convert me. That's all I have to say, really. I met him. He has been met. I have no opinions on that man. Wow, really? I always thought he'd make a memorably skin-crawling first impression. I have seen worse than, like, slightly uncomfortable people in the past couple of days. Yeah, he has a tendency to stick in people's minds for one reason or another, and they're almost never good reasons. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. As far as I'm concerned, he's a ghoul. Okay, right, okay. That's a new level of fucked up, actually. I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would like to describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. And I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. I wonder if the past is cursed. I felt something odd when he came up to me, and the way everyone dislikes him seems excessive. Unnaturally excessive. I know this is weird coming from me, but not everything in town has to be spooky for supernatural reasons. Sometimes people just give off bad vibes. Agreed. We're allowed to dislike him, even though he hasn't done anything wrong. It's fair, that is fair. You don't need, like, a moral reason to dislike someone. You can just not like people. That we know of. This is a fun choice. They're gonna say no. especially after everything that's going on. But I really would like to invite Tabitha. Like, genuinely, I think I'm going to secretly invite Tabitha to go ghost hunting with us. Aside from, like, feeling bad that I just totally ditched her, which was probably incredibly frustrating for her, I think it'd be really funny. I think that maybe, maybe it will help. Everyone is very mean to Tabitha, and it's understandable because she is a union-busting coal mining baron. Well, I don't know. Might be funny. You discreetly shoot your cousin a text, inviting her to the evening's ghost hunt. Stella and Kanika will find out about it if she actually shows up. I didn't ask because I knew they'd say no. I could be shifty too. Alright, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. Oof. That's gonna sit funny after having a biscuit and egg. It'll be fine. You once again find yourself in front of the Kelly residence. A cold hesitation grips you as the building's history looms over you from the hilltop. A refurbished Civil War hospital and tuberculosis clinic would be a strange and difficult place to live in during the best of times. You can only imagine the challenges of living there with a severe chronic illness. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later. The sun is already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey. Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Jam, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Jam updates. Stella, you've been updating people about me? Cool, that's cool. I didn't know I was a person worth updates. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella, we can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy chewed dog jerky stashed away. Will we go everywhere together? Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously took Stella away towards her van. Well, what about you, Jam? Are you coming in? I'm scared, but not in a way where it's like I'm going to wait. I'm scared in the way that I'm just going to say yes. Oh, sure. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile. Uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering about in my kitchen? I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. I was kinda hoping to see Reese's new art. Still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. Okay, cool. Hangout time. Hanging out with friends. Hangout time. Time to hang out with friends. It's fear. I don't know why. Meeting new people makes me nervous. Especially when the new people have really, really terrifying parents. Well, the art is nice, I suppose. It's kind of spooky, but in a cool way. I love the offset of like the incredibly disturbing art and the cozy, pretty fairy lights. It's a cool vibe. Does feel a little bit like a prison. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corner of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mum is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. I haven't been cleaning much. So, has Stella told you everything about... So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick, you know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to... There's nothing to apologise for, and I appreciate the effort, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple days, weren't we? What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy's been following Jam around, being all ominous. Oh, yeah. A slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he didn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are going to be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. Could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. I don't... Does he really have a reason to know about my cousin? I'll try my luck. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. Probably would have thought she'd had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. That's going to be fun this evening. um... Gosh, there's a lot of conversing to have here. I'm going to ask, like, Reese strikes me as someone who's quite straightforward and, like, would just be cool with talking about it. I am going to save just for my own comfort. What are you sick with? Sorry, Reese. Jam is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life's going to be. Oh, you're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there's worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable, but one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. Nihilistic shit, sorry. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art, I'm doing fine, really. That could be going too far, but it is notable that we really didn't get an answer to that. Once again, another comfort save incoming. No, it feels weird. I think that's... I don't know. Like... It feels weird. Like that... And I guess, like... At this point, I can say I may or may not know more about this because this isn't blind. I'm kind of just, like, repeating my thoughts when this came up originally. Because it seems odd. Like... But I don't think I'd push it. I might push it if I was alone. Which sounds cowardly, but it's just the truth. If I didn't have Kanika and Stella reacting, I feel like... I'm not concerned about upsetting Reese here. Like, because Reese seems to have made peace with it, and he's quite sort of, you know, open to discussing it, but Kanika and Stella, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say this one, but I'm thinking about it more from a quality of life thing. If my character starts saying maybe they can save you, that's a reload. That's a paddling. There we go, yeah. Surely there must be something the doctors can do for you, even if it's just helping you deal with the symptoms. The doc upstairs has consulted with a lot of specialists. I've tried a lot of medications. Sure, some have been able to alleviate symptoms, but they always come with their own fun side effects. Wound up being a question of picking which set of discomforts I wanted to deal with. I settled on constant nausea and vomiting and a persistent itch I can't scratch. It's manageable. As long as I can still paint, I don't care. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it's just weird. Like this. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. Hyperelasticity. Kinda cool, right? Whoa. Does that not hurt? Nope. feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Your art. Each piece exudes a sickening miasma. Like you can feel something squirming beneath the paint, the brushstrokes acting as steel bars, trapping some anguished being within. Do I go nerdy or mystical? It's exquisite, it's grotesque, it's so emo, there sure is a lot of it. I feel the emotions you put into these. They're writhing just behind the paint, radiating pain and anguish. I know what you mean. I feel it too. When I'm working on them, it's like I'm channeling whatever's plaguing me into the paint, and when they're done, I feel like I've been emptied out. All the vile things inside of me have been sealed away in the canvas. That's why I make so many of them. Sometimes, when I return to a piece, it's almost like I'm offering an invitation for those feelings to slither back under my skin. There are some pieces I can't even look at. I hide them until I forget they exist. I'd rather not let those particular feelings back in. Sounds kinda like therapy? That seems healthy, probably. Yeah, art therapy. Sounds like it does you good. Being empty must be better than being full of bad thoughts, right? No! No! I don't think it's that, I don't think it's quite that simple. I think so, it works for me at least. Yeah, being empty, I have experienced both. I don't know if I can like put a, you know, an objective ranking on whether it's worse to feel too many bad emotions or whether it feels worse to feel nothing. Having experienced both, I think I find feeling nothing scarier, but less sort of like, I don't know. I guess less dangerous? I don't know. That's a tough one, that. Holy crap, is that a GameCube? That's totally a GameCube. Good taste. It's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shino-Chi Deathblood? Saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. Could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I would usually be down for that, but we gotta head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghostbust his place. It's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that happened. Me and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night, same goes for Jam. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12, not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends of their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. I kinda zoned out for a few, so I'm gonna just read this back. Yeah, that is unfortunate actually, just like... Yeah. Not that we were free for dealing with jerks like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you. The way she used to look at me, you'd think I'd rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here. Though, to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Reese's mum shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it, something dark and cold. You felt this before, in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum like a muted scream heard through layers of rock, trying to draw you towards it. You feel lightheaded. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Something wants you to find it. Oh, that's concerning. Oh my god. Mystical coming in fucking clutch. Let's check. I can't believe Mystical coming in fucking clutch. It's like the Volition from Disco Elysium. Like, she's always trust it. Sort of. I think it was sort of... I don't know, like, I trust Mystical. I have no reason not to trust the traits in this game. You do your best to snap out of it, turning into the bathroom and dutifully washing your hands before joining your companions at the table. My sheer fear over Dr. Kelly pulled me out of it, but I am still got, like, concerns. I don't know. Why do you live in a concrete room? Were my thoughts at this point in time. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Okay. So, before I continue with this thought, I have to stress that I know that Reese is an adult, he's not a child. But Reese is dependent on Dr. Kelly. And I, just today, did my annual safeguarding training for my job. And this is setting off some fucking alarm bells. The fucking, like, the reliance, the shift in, like, I don't know, stance and behaviour from Reese. It's making me extremely nervous. And I think Scarlet Jam knows about this stuff too. Anyway, regarding Dr. Kelly, she's the town doctor. This dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home cooking pasta sauces, you know I... No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. What does that mean? Factitious disorder is a mental disorder in which a person, without a malingering motive, acts as if they have an illness by deliberately producing, feigning, or exaggerating symptoms, purely to attain a patient's role. Factitious disorder imposed on another, also called Munchausen syndrome by proxy, Munchausen by proxy, or factitious disorder by proxy, is a condition in which a person deliberately produces, feigns, or exaggerates the symptoms of someone in their care. Well, that's a key thing here, because I'm not about to accuse Reese of faking. But I'm going to save. Because I want to talk about some other stuff first. And I want to be clear on what exactly I'm going to be meant, why I'm talking about that. But I'm not going to do that yet. But I am going to cause a scene. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. Oh god, this is so uncomfortable. And I have to sort of balance Scarlet Jam's feelings here, which are a profound fear of confrontation, but also an extreme unease at this situation, and like some of the implications that she might be picking up on right now. It must break your heart having to isolate your son from the world like this. It's another unfortunate side effect of his illness. Both of us have just had to come to terms with it. It's not the life I wanted for him, but it's the life he has to lead. Maybe he doesn't have to... Jeez, Kanika, your boots are heavy. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. We're totally respectful of Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little arbitrary and strict. Isn't that right, Stella? You can kick me all you like, it won't change my bold attitude and outgoing personality. I can't help but like Stella, even if she is a little bit silly at times. You know, Doc, I feel pretty okay. I don't think having people over is all that rough on me. We'll see how you feel in an hour. What exactly does he have? He has a combination of genetic diseases given a fragile immune system, among other things. It's too much to get into. A lot of technical terms I'd have to explain. It's not good dinner talk and it can't be pleasant for him to have to hear it again, so let's drop it. I'm fine talking about it. I'd rather we talk about something else. You can feel the tension at the table starting to rise. Okay. Saving. Again. Because I don't regret any of that, but I might regret this. Have you ever heard of factitious disorder? Of course I have. I went to medical school. What's factitious disorder? Silence falls over the dinner table. It's where someone pretends to be sick, or makes themselves sick on purpose, or does it to someone else. Oh. Great dinner rolls, Dr. Kelly. I didn't make them, I just put them in the oven. The silence returns. Seconds feel drawn out like minutes. I fucking loved the horrible comedy of Stella going, oh, great dinner rolls. What's small talk looking like? I'm not gonna. Oh my god. The only option is to lie. You can't just say the food's good. You have to lie. Does that mean Stella's been lying too? Stella, how could you? Okay, quick. Strategic topic change. What were Stella and Kadika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Do you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. Okay, now that we've loosened things up again, now that we've broken the ice, it's time to freeze this entire conversation over once anew. I'm not going to say that, though. That's stupid. No. Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone who's been following Jam around. Super mysterious guy. We have reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. Definitely looks like he could use medical help, so please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. I'm not going to ask that because, like, she's going to be like, I have a duty of privacy. I have a duty of privacy. Actually, that one might not be, but I'm not going to ask it. I have no reason to believe that there's an illness spreading around town right now. You see any weird, hairless creatures scurrying around in the woods at night? I don't tend to go wandering in the woods after dark, so no. You don't have to go all the way to the woods. They've been coming to our window at night. They've been... what? They're these things called ditchlings, and they've been preying on the local wildlife, and Jam and I have found a whole nest of them the other night when we... Oh, I see. They're some of your little cryptozoological creatures. I know it sounds pretty out there, but I've seen these things in person. We're not messing around. They're out there, laying eggs in animals and doing God knows what else. And here I thought you'd managed to get an even hand on your shoulders, Kanika. Seems like Stella might be a bad influence on you. I know her little stories can be convincing, but that's only because she's managed to so thoroughly convince herself. She's not making up stories. Neither is Kanika, and neither am I. All you have to do is look outside after dark. There've been more every night. They're all pale and doughy, and their faces, they're like sculptures of humans that didn't set right. I see. You stay up too late painting your grisly faces, so you've started to see them everywhere. I'm sure whatever outside, it's just raccoons or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. Stop trying to rewrite... Blah, blah, blah. Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow, whether you want to face it or not. The tension at the dinner table reeks as a breaking point. Alright, that's enough. Dr. Kelly is interrupted by Reese before she can finish her thought. So we were thinking about So we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Jam is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mum just to have friends. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fit. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it. I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave. Please. He seemed fine before dinner. It always comes in waves, and I can show you that right now he's very much not fine. Now leave. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Okay.